Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. We are back with some more Fruits Basket. This being the 12th episode of the third and final season, the second to last episode. Crazy, man. That next week we'll be wrapping the series up. They say this episode right here, the second to last episode is the penultimate episode. So I guess we'll see what we have with this one before obviously the finale next week. We got to see like when the curse breaks with Yuki in this episode, because we did not see that in the previous episode, because that was like the big thing, right, with the previous episode, seeing kind of everyone, well, almost everyone freed of that. And especially the Kyo and Tohru scene, that was absolutely beautiful. The music they used and just how that was like directed and everything was just, it was so good. It was so good. But we got my boys here eating some pizza still, because they were in the previous episode, right? So I guess we'll see kind of how we start off with this episode and what we're gonna have with it as a whole. So let's hop into it. We're gonna get into this one in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we're starting right off with Yuki. Good. I feel like they'll do the moment like just as much justice that they did with like Kyo and Tohru. At least I hope so. And you guys know what moment exactly I'm talking about, like how we actually see it. There she is. She like, where he at? Where he at though? Oh, she got that instinct. Like she just knew her man was right here. Hey. Aw. For Tohru. Aw, she's like covering her face like with her hand in the bag. Too cute. Very, very thoughtful. But she has to be like, she's thankful for Tohru. Obviously, it's just very nice of her in general. But to thank her, obviously, for the role, the part that she's played in Yuki's life. Whew. They start off the episode like this, man. Right. Me too, man. Me too, man. Dude, they start off the episode like this. Woo. That smile, dude. Oh, the OP, man. I love the OP, but coming in right there, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Oh, shit. I thought it was gonna keep going on. Like I was waiting for the music to drop or something, like the OST. It's like OP. Ah, not a huge deal, but man, they starting off already getting me like in my feels. So we still have to see the exact moment where it breaks, for Yuki. I love how they called back to that scene about the one as well, like knowing that you found the one or that this is the one. I love that. This might be the last time we hear the OP actually, because I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have an OP in the next episode. I didn't even think about that. Almost at the finish line, man. All right. Like this is about to be the moment where comes back to the music right there kind of stopped, came back to earth. You're the last one. The last one. So his was actually it's not even like the place. I thought maybe like they could have mixed it around or whatever, but he's actually like the last one. The last one for it to break. The rat. Yo, visually, that's just beautiful. That's like the most beautiful break. Like, isn't it? Like all the other ones is just kind of like, and then but that was just like that had like a beautiful. Hope you guys like my sound effect right there too. But just like I don't know, that was beautiful. Ah. It's just like I said in the previous episode, it's almost like the most beautiful send off. Oh, the most beautiful goodbye like you could kind of have, you know. This is what I know what I have to do right now. Like, you know, everyone around watching, they're all girls too, isn't that something? They just don't even care. Like, who cares, right? That people are around. Of course. I just knew what he was gonna say, man. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Yuki. Okay. Okay, my boy. Yo. Ooh. There it is, man. Yo. Machi, you know how lucky you are. You know how many other girls were after this man? The man had a fan club around him, Machi. Yo, that's just too beautiful, though. Ah, I love that. Now we gonna go into some Shigure and Akito? Hey, what did he say? What did he say again? I'll always be waiting. Isn't that what he said? So like even now, like even after all this. Ritsu. Ah, that pause. Yo, isn't good enough? She was gonna play it off too. Like, yo. uh hey, I'm so happy it's just like this now, you know? Like we can be like this kind of again. Like everyone together and no, it's like we never left, man. It's like it's just it feels kind of almost the same. Oh, Ayame. Yo, everyone's here, man. Yo, that reaction from Rin though. Like the little pout. She's like, oh, I guess it's okay now. Yo, Rin, man. Haru probably knew he was teasing her with that shit too. Dude, this is awesome, man. I like everyone is literally here, like for real, about to be here. The one half of his face is like, well, his whole face is. The kimono? She got a kimono on? Yo, look at him. Yo, Ritsu especially. Oh, she probably gonna reveal this to like everyone. Cause not everyone like knows, obviously. Yo. Yo, you can hate Akito or whatever, but you cannot deny cross-dressing. Nah. Man. Like, but I was about to say, like, she looks so good, man. Like, beautiful. A present. So he got that for her. Is that that toxic ass relationship, man? Yo, he said he always be waiting. Remember? And the kimono is like a symbol of that. That's why it's a good ass gift, dude. That's why it's a perfect gift. Woo! I've been waiting. Shigure, man, always like slick with his words too and shit. Yo, Akito looks gorgeous, man. Yeah. She's not gonna say she's sorry. I think she probably sees that if she says she's sorry, like she feels like maybe like the others will see it as her trying to get off the hook like so easily or something like that. That's why she didn't say it. That would be my guess. Man was like the furthest and like the closest at the same time or some shit. In a way. Man like wants all of you. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he was saying with that. Yo, Akito the same way though, right? I would say. Yo, but you kind of feel yeah. But that's not the case. I want to absorb like see like I was saying, like you feel the same way. Yo, you going into some detail. You getting graphic with it. Bro. Damn. This is the kind of I guess relationship or like I'd expect them to have like some shit like that. Like It's grabbing. To make things right. To make things as right as possible. And like we've been saying, it's gonna be a process, and that's why maybe it doesn't feel right for her to say sorry. That's why she didn't say it. Ooh, that's what I've been saying. I said like love her or hate her or whatever. Like she looked beautiful in this shit. Yep. This is probably like it's like the probably the most toxic, the most twisted, but like maybe the most dynamic sort of relationship or pairing that we have in this series. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but because a lot of relationships in here are dynamic, but everything with her, man, and vice versa, of course. Of course, it's okay. Oh yeah. So he's gonna be like running the dojo, like a kind of like Kazuma, like a master, sorta, or that's what he wants to become. When you okay, oh, so he's gonna take over Kazuma's. That makes sense. Yeah, so he's gonna go train kind of somewhere. Oh, of course he's gonna do it, man. Come on, as long as she's by your side, like it don't matter. You don't even have to say anymore, dude. Oh, of course. This is what Kazuma's always wanted for him. You know, this is what we've all always wanted from. Are you surprised? It's really far away. Like he's just so worried about that, right? Just thinking about like taking her away from the others, and I understand, but of course she's going to come. She's gonna be there, man. She already told you yes. Like maybe there was a misunderstanding, something like that. Is that? Yeah, I think that's what she's saying. Wherever you go, I mean, they'll still be able to see each other in a way. Like if they're going far away, like they're still gonna be able to see each other at some points or whatever. But this is life. This is how it goes. You can't be with everyone forever. Be around everyone forever. Realistically. I love how this is right here too. Don't y'all, man? Whoa. Kyoko. Kyoko. Hey, we got here, man. That's all that matters, right? Like, everything's good now. Everything's good now. Dude, oh, that right there. No? Is this Kyoko? Yeah, it sounds like Kyoko. Oh, they're going back to, like, her, like, thought process or what she was thinking when she died? To leave Tohru behind and just all those thoughts. It's like, oh, I couldn't even imagine, like, when in that moment of when your time is coming, like, what will be going through my mind, like, right? Or just that general. Ooh, I don't even want to think about it. Oh, all these thoughts. Katya, her dad too. Like, now I know how he felt. Bro. Like, imagine if she was still around. But was she left behind still? Kyo. And Kyo was right here, wasn't he? Or I'll never forgive you. It all started from a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. We went through all this because of a miscommunication. Bro. You fought well. So much in her final moments, dude. A lot of us will probably be the same way, you know? It's like kind of scary to think about. Oh, is this Katsuya? This has to be Katsuya, right? Like, she's reunited with him, man. She's reunited with dude. Dude, in this music, bro. Oh, fuck. You those words. What she passed on to Tohru and then him to bro. Oh, dude, that hit. Like, there's been a lot of episodes that have hit in this series, man. But especially because when her words right there, because when you hear what she's saying about Toru, you know, you just think about this whole freaking series, right? And everything that she's been through, everything that everyone's been through, really. But like with Toru, especially, you just think back on everything, especially now that we're towards the end of the series. You think back on everything, and it's like everything's good now. It's like you fought well. And then the Kyo thing, like this all started. Like this could have been a 3 episode series or something, man. This could have been like 3 episodes, It was a misunderstanding. Maybe not 3 episodes, but I mean, dude, it all like, oh my god, imagine. Really? It was. Oh, wow. But I guess all that matters, right, is the end result, because like we've been saying, everything's good now. So it's like, although we had to go through all that because of a simple miscommunication, damn. Oh, and then reunited with Katsuya, and at least it left off on a beautiful, like a happy note, right? A beautiful, because I mean, I guess the whole thing was beautiful in its own way, but ah, man, that last scene that hit so hard. That's like one of the most hard hitting scenes probably in this series, as a whole. This the whole episode too, like the Shigure and Akito stuff. That was, although as graphic as it was, I mean, I don't really care how graphic it is, but I mean that's just them for you, right? And even the way like Akito was describing Shigure and how they both are with each other, it's just like it's a toxic ass relationship, but it's like how they are about each other, man. But I like it. I like it. And like I was saying, I feel like they're one of the most, if not the most dynamic sort of relationship, or maybe the most fascinating relationship in the series. It would be a better way to put it. I wouldn't say my favorite or my best. It's up there, but in terms of just like how fascinating, intriguing it is to me, I would say and it's probably mostly because of the kind of character Shigure is really that has a big part to play in that. But even with Akito as well, because what everything that we've got with her lately too, like her big reveal, and then obviously everything with her and kind of where she's going. I love the gift, the kimono gift as well. That's just genius from Shigure's part, really, to celebrate Akito becoming her own person. Obviously, a girl now, being able to go on this path of a normal life, to kind of make it right, essentially. So that was genius on Shigure's part. The I love you. Everything about that was beautiful. Yuki and Machi, that dude, like we knew they were gonna have that obviously here because we didn't really see that with Yuki in the previous episode. But the moment that him being the last one and just like his first right after it happened, his first instinct, like I don't know what the hell I gotta do right now. Like I feel a bunch of different ways, but I just know I have her right in front of me. Embraces her. Like that whole scene was fantastic. And then I know we talked about the Kyoko stuff and whatnot, but I mean, it does kind of tie in with the Tohru and Kyo scene that as well, dude. I mean, the whole freaking episode, the whole series, man. You guys know what it is. Like, I think we all probably sound like broken records every week, but just the Kyo and Tohru stuff. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna be by your side, no matter like where the hell you're going, right? Like, this is what it is now. Everything's good. It's like, and now that they're able to live these lives, right, that they've should have been like living a while ago, but now they're finally starting off on these paths. um that's what happens, right? Like, you're not gonna be able to see everyone all the time. It's like people go their own separate ways, they move out wherever. It's just like they go do whatever, right, with their loved ones and their family or whatever. That's not to say there's like they'll still come together, like they'll still see each other. you know. But I get why Kyo was being like that. I understand. Like he was like trying to double, triple down on it. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you really sure? She's like, yeah. Like, come on. But that's awesome with him. Like what he wants to do with Cosmo's like dojo and all that kind of succeed him essentially. Cosmo has to obviously loves that because this is what he's always wanted for Kyo, and this is what we've always wanted for Kyo and all of them. So yeah, Kyo kind of has his goals, his ambitions now. Tohru's gonna be alongside of him. And I'm just happy for everyone, man. I really am. Like that was also another awesome thing with this episode, just seeing everyone together, um, spending time together. And there's no like, I mean, it did kind of have an awkward air maybe to it, um, with Akito coming in there like in the kimono and all of that, and seeing like everyone's reactions. Ritsu's reaction was actually hilarious, like the cross dressing thing, but like no, and Akito even said like no, like this is what it is. Seeing everyone together, and even though with the whole curse thing being gone, it's like everything just felt natural, right? Everyone was just, it just felt like how it's always almost been in a way. I mean, there are some differences, especially like because of Akito now, what has happened with that. But I also really like that scene, Akito not saying she was sorry, and the way I kind of explained it in the reaction, how I kind of broke that down. But I feel like she thinks in her mind, like if she said she was sorry right there, maybe the others would see it as, oh, she's trying to get off the hook like right now, like already. Like she knows she has a lot of work to do, a lot of progress, and that's what she continued on to say. Like she still has a lot she needs to do as the head. She has to make things right. So I really like that as a part of it as well. There's so much to unpack with this episode, so much to unpack with this series. Fantastic episode, man. I see Fruits Basket up there in the Mal rankings too. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I think it's like top 5 or top 6 now. Well deserved, because though it's not gonna happen, but just hypothetically, right? If the final episode was the worst episode we've ever saw, like this is still a masterpiece, 10 out of 10 series. That's not gonna be the case because it's gonna be phenomenal. I already know, but it's crazy we're already at this point, the finale. Next week is the last episode, but it's like 10 out of 10 series, man. It's just this is as good as it gets, right? The best shoujo of all time. Now I don't have like too many shoujos under my belt, but I can say that from the ones I've watched. Like it's the greatest shoujo of all time, 100%. And I don't know if that's ever gonna change. To be quite honest with y'all, we'll see. But yeah, that about does it for this episode. For my my thoughts for this one. Finale next week. We'll see what they leave us off with, man. I feel like it'll be just. I'm assuming it'll be all happy, all good times. I would hope, right? Like, I mean, we'll be in our feels, but it's gonna be like a beautiful, like happy sort of touch. I feel like that's what the finale is gonna be, and I don't know if they're gonna do something where like we see them, like maybe we get like a time skip. We see everyone. You do see a lot of series kind of do that, but now like we've had like obviously a lot of the relationships kind of tied up, and maybe they just kind of show what certain pairings are going to be doing, and maybe they do a time skip and we see them in the future or something like that. I think that'd actually be pretty cool, because we like this is it, right? Like really, when you think about it, we kind of have wrapped everything up, tied everything up. So we'll see how we leave off with the final episode, though, man. Let me know what you all thought about this episode. Like I said, a lot to unpack here. Kind of settled down now. I was in my feels, man, but I think I'm good now. But yeah, I'll see you all next week for the finale. Thank you for watching once again. Peace out.